rolling out a new property in the Bighorn Canyon with you in Montana. So this is truly one of the last hidden gems in the state. If you're looking for an area to camp for recreation, maybe some sort of off-grid, cabin or tiny home, or just to bring a spot for your camper. Like I said, this is going to be a great home base for hunting and accessing the canyon down here. I had mentioned just a minute ago, this is a true hidden gem. I would have never even known about this area had I not been in this business. And I ended up linking up with somebody who owned a property out here, and I purchased my first one and sold it. And the customer that I sold that one to absolutely loves it, right? They rave about the area. Everybody that I've sold, I've only got my hands on a few properties back here, but everybody I've sold land to really likes it. You're going to find wildlife out there. It's going to be great for hunting. Like I said, it's going to be a great spot just to go geek out with the friends and family, get a weekend away and go camping out here. It's a world-class area. You've got this unique access to the canyon from it. The road coming back here is pretty rough 4x4 road. You're not making it down there in a Honda Civic on that road. So it keeps a lot of people out. If you're looking for those type of vibes, unrestricted, totally free, nobody out there to bug you. I mean, this is the area you want to be in the Bighorn Canyon. So, like I said, I've had nothing but good feedback from people who actually go out there and look at these properties. It's going to be one of the most affordable deals you can find in Montana that isn't just in the middle of nowhere. This is cool. This is really cool. And it is technically in the middle of nowhere, but it's in the Bighorn Canyon. I mean, this is the Grand Canyon of Montana. And like I said, I really didn't even know about this area until I picked up property out here, and it forced me to look into it a little bit. So those are actual photos that my photographer took when I sent him out there last time, drone imagery of the area. It really is something else out here. And so I'll get into location and how you can access a property using GPS coordinates in this video. I'll cover a lot of common questions, so just kind of stay tuned for a minute too. I'm using the GPS coordinates to locate it. You can see this is so rural that when you pull it up on Google, the ancient pyramids come up, right? How funny is that? And, you're coming out of, just west of I-90 and Lodge Grass, like you're south of Billings here. And you're going to take this Highway 313. And you must cross the river right here, I'm guessing, over at Fort Smith is probably your crossing point. And there's a lot of imagery and stuff on Google Maps and Google Earth. Like here's a scenic overlook. Let's see if there's any photos of it, just to give you an idea of the area you'd be buying land in. Because some people will buy these properties sight unseen from out of state. So there are a lot of good resources on Google and stuff to get an idea of the area you're buying land. And so there's a boat launch right here. So you can see really close to the property is Fort Smith, and there's a dam. And here's the marina too. So if we look at the marina, you can see more imagery there. You can bring your boat for the summer use and all that good stuff, right? So for people, that don't know the area that might buy something, at this price point, a lot of people will buy land at this price point sight unseen. And so you're going to have fishing. It's cool. There's bears out there and everything. So it really is cool. There's people taking helicopters and stuff. So, yeah, I personally would love to get out there, but this could be you on your property. You could own property. It's not going to be, waterfront, but I want to show you this cool access point. So I've got this property pulled up on Google Earth. There's actually an access point to get into the canyon. So check this out. So you take this road. So I kind of got sidetracked a little bit, but basically you take, if we get back in here, you pass Fort Smith and you come across, and there's a road that comes in and meanders through here that gets you. Let's pull up the coordinates again. There's a road that Frozen Lake Road basically meanders. It's a gnarly road like I talked about. Here's some sort of lodge. So why not lodge? So, this is an idea. The reason I'm pulling this up is to give you an example of how people are using these properties. Somebody's using a property for this type of, to do something like this. And I'm pretty sure there's some power lines and stuff out here. That's so cool. Right? So this just gives you an idea of how you could use a property like the one we're talking about. And so what I want to get to, right, you've got Frozen Lake Road that comes into the property up here. This property doesn't have great clear access. So I'm going to get to that. It does have platted access. There is access on paper. What happened back here was a subdivision didn't get developed. This happens all over the country. I don't have any parcel lines going right now. I'll pull them up actually so we can see them. Looks like I got logged out. So we're going to work on Onyx Maps here in a second. And so first of all, I want to show you this. So you've got this private property, you've got vegetation on it, you've got trees, and then actually really close to the land, you can take this road and look at this. This is this old Forest Service like boat launch or something. This old road takes you down into the canyon all the way into the canyon, down to like this beach section. Like, how cool is that? You can get like different imagery and stuff. So look at that. I mean, there used to be some sort of structure and stuff down here. Like this used to be Forest Service or National Park Service. You know, I mean, there's remnants of something going that happened down here. And now you have this beach. And so, you know, and that's in the canyon. So let's just look at Onyx Maps. That's really what I want to show you quick is we can see the Bighorn Canyon. There's tons of available BLM land. This is National Park Service, I believe, NPS. So the Park Service bought all this property. So giving you a little backstory, at some point a developer came in back here in Frozen Lake Canyon Holdings, right? They came in and they thought they were going to develop all this property and sell off all these lots. And I think they were going to do like a golf course on all this green space. This is just through the grapevine. I remember hearing this years ago when I bought that first property. And you can see, you know, National Park Service owns this down here too. So the Park Service owns everything around you. I think that's a huge positive. So the Park Service owns that, Bighorn Canyon, USA Bighorn Canyon NRA, Bighorn Canyon NRA, National Recreation Area. So yeah, the Park Service owns all that. I think that's a huge pro. So everything around this property is owned by Park Service. And so, like I said, number one, we deal with properties like this all the time. This area didn't get developed. So a developer came in, they put the main roads in. These little side roads did not get built out. They didn't have the demand. The project never took off. At some point, the Park Service took this over, right? So see, they own all these lots around it that people have basically forfeited, or they didn't pay taxes on, or maybe they bought these people out at some point. Whatever the case may be, they own these lots. And so this is deeded access. Like this is platted out access. So if you look on a map, these are lots that all have access. Was going to be a little cul-de-sac where everybody has access to their lots. And basically it never took off. So now we have this undeveloped, unrestricted, kind of free-for-all property up here. You could conceivably be the one that puts your road in, or you could be that person that maybe off-roads up to the property or just hikes into the property. Maybe you park on kind of a common shared area. Clearly, there's not a lot of people up here. There's not a ton to worry about, and everything around you is owned by the Park Service. So, you know, that's how you're going to access a property. I mean, just to be black and white, I mean, you're hiking into the property, you're off-roading up there, or you're building the road someday. You know, we know there's platted access. Like if you wanted to build a road, here's your road. See how the roads are defined in here? Everybody was going to have access, you know, on this roadway. See how that kind of looks like a roadway and these look like cul-de-sacs? That's, you know, in a perfect world, how it was supposed to be. Now it's just kind of old, you know, gravel and 2 tracks back there, and recreational property is what we're working with here. So you can see we own this lot right here too. We're advertising that it's a 1/2 acre, and you can see the road comes through that one. So that's a story up here. You know, when we get on Zillow and we look at Montana, let's just look at the state as a whole. Like these are going to be some of the best deals you can find in the state. I'm going to just filter by land and go low to high. So, you know, keep in mind, you know, you're getting what you pay for, you know. I mean, here's a 1/4 acre in the grasslands. This is in, you know, Weebaw, Montana. I mean, if you want to be up in the middle of nowhere, like in farm country, you know, great. But, we're talking about Bighorn Canyon property that's under 20 grand. I mean, even in the state itself, you get these quirky listings that are kind of nothing, you know, it's like 2,000 square feet for 24 grand. I mean, this is a 1/4 acre basically for, I think we're asking $16,000 with seller financing available down here, in the canyon. So looks like somebody's got a 2.8 acre listed for 120, you know, down here. So that's the closest comp that I can find online. Like I said, here's some little rinky dink 10,000 square foot lots in the city that you'd get, but there's just not a lot of land that exists that's like this. Just unrestricted, Wild West in a really cool area, super close access to the canyon. Like even for a glorified camping spot with an off-grid cabin that you have to just hike 20 yards to get into, it's pretty damn cool, you know. And I think there's power lines that run through the area. So, you know, we've sold a handful of these properties. Like I said, the customers we've had really seem to like it out there. If you're interested, give us a shout. I do have other properties in the state of Montana, South Dakota, Idaho, you know, really all over the country. So give our website a look. What we do here at Wilco Land, we buy and sell unique and epic properties is our motto. This video, just leaving you with a disclaimer, this video doesn't replace your due diligence. This isn't legal advice. This isn't real estate advice. I'm simply sharing my opinion with you about the property. You as a buyer need to conduct your own due diligence and verify the property is the right fit for you. We sell all of our property as is here at Wilco Land. So thanks again for tuning into this video. Hopefully I hear from you. Again, call or text me here at 605-250-1256. Thanks for tuning in.